Talon, and we're back with Pokémon Violet. Still got lots of Pokémon to evolve, but hopefully it's not gonna take as long as it has. But let's just get right to it and continue grinding on Chansey while I talk about random stuff that no one's interested in, probably. So what's first? I don't know. What is first? What can be first? First, we'll see if there's a Chansey. How about that? We'll do that first. There's a raider over there. There is a Chansey. Look at that. Look at that. Easy peasy. Flame charge. Life beauty gold. Wrong one. There we go. The Sylveon really wants a piece, but I'm not gonna give it one yet. What's that? Hell, I should probably sell all my stuff. I'm probably like even richer than I think I am. And I think I'm pretty rich. Things to talk about. It's so hard. It's always so hard to think of something to talk about. You end up talking about nothing for about 10 minutes. So you talk about what you should talk about for 10 minutes. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then next thing you know, the whole day's gone by and you've said literally nothing. Oh, there's a Chansey over there, and it's fast asleep, so let's go take it on! Wind charge! Really? It's level 43 and you didn't one-shot it? Come on, Ken, what are you doing? I suppose. Speaking of Ken, let's talk about Star Trek. I have been thinking. Only a little bit. Not too hard. Not so I'd have like an aneurysm or something. Because I was thinking too hard. Wrong button. Come on, go to that one. Of doing Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion, which is a 4X strategy game which can be incredibly boring to watch. It's really fun to play, but it can be incredibly boring. And I don't know if it'll be enjoyable. But I have been thinking about it, just to see like, will it actually be boring, or is it actually, people actually like it? Because I like playing it with the Star Trek monetary much. I think that's pretty fun. Don't think I need to sell any of these, except these rolls. So I definitely don't need that. And the soft sand. And then that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Wow, okay. I'm even richer than I was before. So yeah, like 4x, which is obviously 4-dimensional. 4-dimensional space. So you got up, down, left, and right. But Sins of the Solar Empire is actually, it's pretty fun. I don't know much about the base game. I've only played it a little bit to learn how to actually play. But the engine for it is so good. Especially for like mods, stuff like that, it's so good. So I've been thinking about doing that one. I've also been thinking about doing the hardest game ever created by man. And you're like, Dark Souls? No, Dark Souls? No. Dark Souls is too predictable, right? Just get good. I prefer why hard games be unpredictable, so we're thinking of XCOM. Enemy Within and XCOM 2. Man, those difficult. I think I've only finished XCOM Enemy Unknown once. I have the DLC for it, but I never actually got through it. because it's too hard for me, because I'm not very good. I was trying to avoid one flower and I crashed into another one. Man, they're just everywhere. XCOM 2 I also have never finished. Because my entire squad gets wiped out. And then I end up in a very bad spot. And the world goes. And the world is just hard. It's just over. The world is just over. That would be fun, you know, like, to record it to try and actually make me finish it. So that could be cool. And pretty funny as well. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then it just horribly goes wrong. Beyond even my own expectations, and then people can laugh at it. So that's one thing I've been thinking of, XCOM. There's a lot of one-off games that I do enjoy. Maybe even too many, now that I think about it. Because I have been thinking about, like, oh, I should do a set schedule and release stuff. I'm like, well, maybe when there's more subscribers, or something, or views, or interaction, I suppose, it's just a broader way of saying it. Because one thing I've been thinking about, like, what if, like, on a Monday, well, it's Monday, it's Monday somewhere, so on a Monday somewhere, when it's Monday somewhere on the planet Earth, do a poll and be like, here's some franchises, vote for one, there, and then, you know, I check on Tuesday, on planet Earth, oh, this one won, okay, I'll go find a list of different games and be like, vote on these ones, which one do you want to see, and then I'll vote on it, and then that's the one that I'll play on, like, a Friday or something. So it gives me time to play it and edit it. Like, that could be cool. Like a weekly special. Man, I thought that was gonna be a crit. And a one shot. Okay, level up. There's just so many things that I enjoy. And when I sit here going back and forth looking for Chansey, I wonder, shouldn't I be doing one of those instead and then just cutting it to all the evolutions? And I think, but if I keep talking, cut out all of my talking as well. So I might as well just keep talking. So there's a lot of one-off games. There's a lot of series I like. There's a lot of series I wish I liked. There's just so much. I don't know the right word for it. There's just, you know what? There's just so much. There's just so much to do, so much to see. So much to try, so much to learn. It's insane when you think about it. You think about, you know, the last 40 years of movies, right? Well, there's probably, in the last 40 years of gaming, there's probably been way more strides. Way more releases. Because movies are, you know, expensive, right? But games, you know, like if you've got a dedicated team, even if it's small, you can push things out. They're only paying like, what, 5 people for a game. And then you can put it on Steam as an indie. And then people can buy it and review it. Whereas not everybody can be a movie maker. Because you need to find, like, you need to find actors, you need to find directors, you need to find editors, you need to find locations. Whereas with making a game, you just sit in your own home, drinking your own coffee, sleeping in your own bed. And the work is equally difficult, I'll admit that, you know, because it's not easy. for anybody. Honestly, just not easy for anybody. If you're having an easy time with what you do, congrats. Honestly, just congrats. Man, is it hard waking up and going to work? However you go about it, it's always difficult. If you enjoy what you do, that's good. If you don't, find something enjoyable. Honestly. Like, I'd rather be doing this, going back and forth, than going to work. The only downside is going to work means you're earning a salary of some sort. But games should be all about fun. Fun. Which is why it's like, you know, some people are like, oh, you should play this. I'm like, well, I'm not interested. It's like, you should play it anyway. Like, but I'm not interested, just play it anyway. You'll love it. And then it's like, you try for 5 seconds, you're like, I hate it. And then you're like, then you just stop. But when it comes to like work, it's like, well, it's this for death. So it's much more, I don't know the right word. I honestly don't. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'll leave it in, but I don't know where I'm going with it. You know, some people, you know, they enjoy like going out with their friends and getting drunk. Some people enjoy a quiet night at home. And people like me, we sit at home and play games. Yeah, we've all got to find that one thing that we love. That wasn't okay. These damage ranges are crazy. So it's either the IVs or the chances are really weird. With the ones that I'm encountering, or something is up with my ghost swords. I forgot what Bible's name is. I know it's Ken, but I don't know what the name is. I always forget. It's like Cerulean Edge, but in one word. What is it? Yes, Cerulean Edge. That's the one. It's a weird word. I saw it and kept driving towards it. And it started raining again. I always like it when it rains because all these flowers get blown away. There's finding my way. Run away! I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. Probably no. No, that's gonna trigger. No. We're not triggering it. I wanted the pussy. And we're not gonna trigger the cutscene. We're 100% triggering the cutscene. Oh my god. Yeah, we did. I know it. No. Can you see? I was battling a Blissey. I wasn't trying to talk to you. God. There's just so much to do. Just to keep a roof over your head, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think I can install internet in a cave. That would be great. Just live in a cave. Free real estate. You just pay for the internet. But anyway, back to games and fun. So I've been thinking about, XCOM and that kind of stuff. There's so many things that I've been thinking about. Like to the point that I'm literally written down a list of every game that I own. And I've been like, have I put this on YouTube? No. Have I recorded it? No. Okay, add it to the list. Add it to the list of to do. So I've got a list of everything that I've recorded, everything that I've uploaded, and everything that I need to play. And it is gigantic. There's like over 600 games on there. So all I can do is do it one game at a time. It's like, I enjoy Pokemon. Yeah, I enjoy Star Wars, sort of. I enjoy Star Trek, but I don't want to be like the Star Trek guy. Or the Pokemon guy. Or, well, girl, I should say. Or the, or even just the Nintendo girl. It's like, well, you can just lock yourself into like one thing, and if it works, it works. But if it doesn't, what do you do? If the content dries up, what do you do? Maybe you need to be like, apologetic and be like, oh man, I'm sorry, I have to pivot to this. It's like, why even lock yourself to it? I get why people do. Because, if it works, like I said, if it works, it works. And that's great. It's great that, it works. But when it doesn't work, you need to back up on. Which is why I think like Pokemon is and Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is great if you have someone to play with. Because you can be like, okay, build a deck using only X. Like so many people have been doing on YouTube since Master Duel came out. And it's only gotten better and better and better as Master Duel's been improved and added, more cards. Which reminds me that by the time this video's come out, Mallets will have been out for a while. I don't know anything about the Mallet cards. It's probably a new meta thing. I don't know. I haven't even read them. Because I kind of collect cards. Every now and then I'll be like, oh, I've got like a little bit of money. I'm like, oh, I'll buy a booster pack and see what I get. And then I'll see cards I've never even heard of. I'm like, I have no idea what this is or what this is for, but it looks cool. And I just, start away, never to be seen again. Evolution! Yes! Finally! That Minecraft guy. There. Another evolution! Good. Alrighty. Sure, Drowsy will do. Hey, dodge all the burdens. I crashed into it because it spawned in front of me. Man. Okay. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the 7th of July. No, it's not. The 5th of July. I read my day wrong. So yeah, it's the 5th of July, which means that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Order has reset. By now anyway, at least. Which means I'll have to get back to Platinum. So that means I'll have to read those Mouse cards after all. What a shame. Unless I like them. I mean, there are times where it's like I look at the new meta cards and I'm like, you know what, these are actually pretty cool. Or, you know, like I don't even know if they're actually better. Honestly, I just know that every YouTuber is talking about them. And by every I mean like there's 4 of them. Only 4 of them that I kind of look in on it. $70 birds. I mean, I did ask for rain, but where's the strong winds? Because I know, what is it? Like, Fainsmith is like running rampant. So Snake Eyes and D-Bellstar and all that kind of thing, but when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know anything. I don't even read my own cards. Them's the rules. Says it's in the handbook. Rule number 1: don't ever read any card that's put in front of you. Even your own. Just don't read. Just smile and nod. It's raining. That means that flame charge is gonna do less. I've realized. That's annoying. That was a threat. That's less annoying. Okay, the rain's gone. So in that case, I should really give Ken knife/back for when it's raining. I have played because I'm talking about cards, trading card games. The Pokemon trading card game, the paper, I have never played at all. Like even when I was a kid, I never played the Pokemon trading card game with paper. Yu-Gi-Oh! 100% I did, when nobody knew anything about the rules or anything like that. We just normal summon Blue Eyes by Dragon and attack directly and all that kind of fun stuff. But Pokemon I never really played because I didn't really understand it at all. Because obviously Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are 2 totally different things. Like Pokemon you put energy. So you need the energy cards. And which is really interesting because now in Pokemon Pocket, you don't need energy cards. It just generates it on its own, which is really strange. Like, I've never actually watched an official Pokemon trading card game match. I've thought about it several dozen times, but I've just never sat down and actually watched one. There's a rodent in the grass that I didn't notice. And now there's boys all everywhere. The one thing I did play a lot was the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color. I played that just almost as much as I played Pokemon Red. Hundreds and hundreds of hours. To the point that I 100%ed it. Which was interesting. Just keep dueling the same guys over and over again. By guys, I mean guy, because obviously you just duel, what's his name? It has a really weird. I crashed into some flowers I didn't see. Don't run away, don't run away, don't run away, don't run away. And no! What are you doing there? Oh no, 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 no. Wait. Anyway, you just keep doing the one guy by forcing him to spawn over and over and over again. The Imuchumi or whatever his kind of weird name. He has a question mark name. Like, it's so weird. And it's so random that he's in the game. And if you beat him, you get one of every boost pack. So that's how you get all the codes. In terms of like I don't know how many times I dueled him. I think I dueled him like it's at least probably 200 times. Just trying to get all the different cards because I had no way of knowing which ones I was missing. Oh, what packs they were from, because obviously Google didn't exist back then. And I did play, I have played it on the Switch. So I've been thinking about doing like a video on that and just been like, let's play a Pokemon trading card game, and then all of a sudden pivot into Yu-Gi-Oh! Either on the same video or on a different video. So then, that could be a thing, Card game day. Release either one big long video or like multiple on a day, and it's just trading card games. So Pokemon, and which would be Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never played Hearthstone, not really interested. Magic the Gathering, I've kind of interested because of the Final Fantasy cards, but other than that, I'm not really interested. I don't know what other card games are out there, honestly. But yeah, the only ones that I've actually have experience with is Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Because obviously Pokemon, you wanted to be Ash Ketchum, but with the cards instead of the actual Pokemon is the closest thing we got. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, the card game at least at the same time as the anime. Everyone wanted Blue Eyes White Dragon because of Pokemon. And now here we are riding Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Because that's literally what this is. It's just Jet Dragon with wheels. So yeah. Thinking about card games. Could be fun. Obviously, it's sort of real. Well, I don't know if it's become real yet, or if it is. I can't remember. I haven't really looked into if it's like an official thing. The Triple Triad from Final Fantasy VIII. I've played some of that in Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy XIV. I'm really bad at it. Really bad at it. But I've played it. It's technically a card game. I haven't played Witcher. So I like The Witcher. That's what it's called, right? The Witcher, Witcher 2, Witcher 3. I haven't played those. I know there's a card game in those that people love playing. As far as like real life goes, I played some poker. But that was many years ago. I have no one to do it with now. Currently NPCs in Red Dead Redemption. So I played poker in Red Dead Redemption as well, which is interesting. And that's pretty much it. I don't have much in the way of like card game experience because obviously I don't have friends. But yeah, there's no one to actually do it with. Like there's all kinds of fun things you can do with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon trading card games. And then you can put like all the different things on a wheel and you can spin a wheel and then the wheel tells you what you're doing. Or which, either what you're playing or what you're doing or what your goal is. As far as deck building goes, that could be fun. Everybody loves wheels. There's one thing card game players love is wheels. That's one thing. So then obviously you've got like there's so many different like categories of game and genres and franchises. It's insane. Resident Evil is an interesting one. Like obviously I did do a non-commentary LE5 run on I did 12 actually on of Resident Evil 2 and I put them. One of which I succeeded and the other I failed. Because it was physically impossible to beat. Like to do enough damage to the final G because it reloads so slowly. Which that was disappointing. That was very disappointing for me. I was like, man, how close am I actually getting it? And I calculated it to it's like 1 or 2 clips. 1 or 2 clips, so it's like between 32 and 64 bullets. That was the difference. It was really annoying. Because you can't reload it faster. But I wouldn't mind doing another like Resident Evil 2 thing. So like, I've got a randomizer set up ready to go, but my recording doesn't. Well, it's not my recording software. It's my PC doesn't like it. Especially if I'm trying to record at the same time, it just really doesn't like it. It lags, it jitters. Because obviously it's loading a lot more things than it normally would. I wouldn't mind doing things like Last of Us Part 1. I really enjoyed. Last of Us Part 2 exists. There's just so many things that you can do. It's insane. And there's so many different ways that you can play everything. You think, oh man, playing it normally is too broken. Let's try and make it harder. So you find a way to make it harder. You're like, man, this is a challenge now. I don't know if I'll be able to get through this. So you lower the difficulty. It's like, man, I don't know if I've got enough ammo for this. Even on the lowest difficulty. You know, things like that, basically. Get a blade. Wait, isn't that... Yes, it is. Yes. Yes. Okay, now I should be one-shotting heavily. Poison gas. Okay. I knew I was getting that healing nerd soon. I just can't remember what level it was. I genuinely thought it was level 50. So now everything will be a one-shot. Assuming I find more chances. At some point. dodging. Yeah, so my PC doesn't really like running and recording at the same time. So I am investing into a new computer just for games, and then the one I'm currently using is gonna be just recording. Because I can jerry-rig the system, so I can actually see what I'm doing and look at the camera and all that stuff. A beautiful one-shot. Things are gonna go way faster now. Presuming I can one-shot a level 49 Lucy. So I imagine I can. Because what is it? 90 plus, what's half of 90? 45. That's 135 base power. Compared to 75. That's gonna be good. Lots of one-shots, presuming I find them. Sticking with Resident Evil, I am not a horror person. It took me literally years to work up the courage to finish Resident Evil 2. Because I thought the statue in the jail cell was an enemy. And I was so scared, I was like, nah, I can't do this, if I'm jumping in every shadow, I can't do this. And then eventually, after watching a few people play it, I was like, okay, maybe now I can muster the courage, now that I've seen what the game actually looks like. What you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go, all that kind of thing. And then now I've platinumed Resident Evil 2 on PS4 and PS5. So that's interesting. I even googled videos on how to beat Hunt's section. I was like, oh, this is very informative, this is very cool, and then I just did it, and it's like, oh, easy, got platinum. Crazy. Resident Evil 3 I finished, but I've not platinum, because I'm not very good at it. Resident Evil 4 is interesting. I do not like the control scheme of the original, and I've been trying to play the original for literally years. And then they came out, and then they announced the remake of it, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll finish the remake. I did not finish the remake. I had a very bad habit of ignoring the number one advice that you usually get immediately in horror games, which is run away. Alright, I end up trying to, defeat every enemy, which you can't do because you don't have the ammo for it. And then I ran out of ammo. That was interesting. These one-shots are so good. Keep going. Resident Evil 5. All I will say is I have played some of it. And that's all I will say on that. Just some memories. Just some memories. Resident Evil 6, same kind of thing. I've played some of it. Resident Evil 7, I will never play. And the reason for that is I cannot play first-person horror games. I just can't. It makes me sick. And it makes me too scared. I can't do it. So, like the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing, I'll never do that. Resident Evil 7, I'll never do that. Resident Evil Village, I was definitely going to do that, and then they announced that they were going to third person, and I was like, huh. Well, if it's third person, then I can probably do that. Because, you can see more in third person, right? So you can see more angle. Like a wider view. So you're not like literally stuck looking to the side of your eyes, you're seeing all around you. In a huge angle. And then I realized that, when it goes into a first person, it's a cutscene. So I'm like, okay, so during the cutscene, I'll just have my hand in front of my face so I'm not looking at it. So if anything scary happens, I can't physically see it. And that worked. But I got stuck. I can't remember where I got stuck, but I got stuck. It wasn't a fight either, it was a puzzle. At least I think it was. Honestly, I can't remember. I'd need to restart Village again. But definitely some of it, even in third person, is horrifying. And now they've announced Resident Evil 9. It's like, man, they're just gonna keep on going. Resident Evil 1, I've looked at. I bought that huge Resident Evil bundle on Steam years ago, which had like everything in it for a huge discount. So I do own most of the Resident Evil games, but I haven't played it. So like spin-offs, I haven't played Resident Evil 1. I've seen videos on it and stuff like that. I haven't played the original Resident Evil 2 or 3. I have tried to play original Resident Evil 4, but it's stopping and shooting for me is very difficult to do because I'm a running gunner. That's what I am. I run and I gun. So having to stop and shoot every single time hurt myself to the point that I just could not do it, and I was getting stressed out. And then you see people who are like speedrunning Resident Evil 4 and they go through it so quick, I'm like, man. But then you realize that, you know, they've got like, what, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 hours on it. And you're still trying to get to grips with like how the game actually plays. But you kind of think, man, they make it look so easy when it isn't. And then you compare your 5 minutes of gameplay to their 6,000 hours. But literally no reason. And it's so dumb that we do that. Like, it really is. In fact, I need to see a video of this. Because I can't be damn much struggling, and then you find one that's got like 6 million views and it's, you know, from 10 years ago, and it's like an expert speedrunning it. You're like, man, they make it look so easy. So I might, in huge air quotes, do some more Resident Evil stuff. Where I do or not, I don't know. I'm thinking about it, that it probably won't be like the more. It probably won't be. It won't be speedruns. It might be challenge runs. I don't know. It depends how comfortable I am. I mean, I would like to actually finish Resident Evil 5 and 6, even though 6 is like a movie or something. From what I've played, it's just an action movie. So tired. And yeah, 7 on it. Never ever. As for other horror games, probably not. Like I'm not a huge horror fan. Like if it's like, you know, like Intent, then I mean that's okay. But when it's actually like a horrifying experience, like yeah, with jump scares and all that kind of stuff that's trying to make your heart beat. My heart beats fast enough on its own. It doesn't need help to, you know, cause me any issues. It does it on its own. Yeah, that's another reason, like, my heart rate goes through the roof when I get scared. And you know, so yeah, that's the point, it's supposed to, yeah, but it's not healthy for me personally. And it's mostly because I'm not healthy. I don't look unhealthy, but I know I'm unhealthy. With all the horrible food that I eat, which is obviously junk food. It's just that yes, I do exercise, but my diet isn't a diet. Yeah, so I've never been comfortable playing horror games. Like, obviously, watching people play horror games is hilarious. But one thing I do like is when people play horror games with other people, because it makes it it's more relaxed. Because you're like, oh, there's more than one person here, so the person playing isn't on their own, so they're not gonna be as. So you assume that they're not gonna be as stressed. But it's hard to know because you on them, you're just watching what they went through, so you don't actually know unless they say so. But yeah, I do like watching some horror games. Five Nights at Freddy's is not one of them. I crashed into a flower. Obviously, like one of the biggest horror things that people watch is Sirius's Weapon Mayhem, which, I mean, I love it. I point at them, I laugh at them when they get scared. It's, when they get folded, it's hilarious. But when you're the one playing, it's sure terrifying. But at least, they've got each other to talk to and laugh at. Joke around with while they're, getting folded. Which just adds to the humor. Because, they're laughing at each other while they're terrified. One of the more recent kind of things I've been looking into is stuff like, as far as horror goes, is the storytelling. Where it's like, oh, you've got to, you're following the story, you're following all these characters, and you're basically living the story while it's being told. So things like the quarry, and also, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. It's something an anthology with this guy called the Curator. And he's like telling you a story, and it's like your decisions have been quite poor, and he judges you in a very British way. I've been looking into like some of those. Those are pretty interesting. Because you can tell from the way the story's going that it's gonna happen. But it's just a more dynamic way of telling a horror story instead of just, you turn up in some random situation, off you go. And things are gonna go bad, but you don't know what's going on. And you're not learning what's going on until much later. Instead of having this outsider's perspective of this story's already been done, you're just reviewing it. As these characters are used, which I think's interesting. So I haven't played the Quarry, but I have played, I can't remember what they're called though. There was one called Man of Medan, I think was one of them. It's like a whole anthology thing. And it's just really well done. Since I'm here, I might as well go to 7-Eleven. $49? No, our current's almost level 50. That's actually not good. That means my supposed whole team is at 50, right? Oh no, I still got... Oh, I should have been leveling up a lot and less up. That's kind of horrible. And Garon's level 53. Wow. My god, how many spawned while I wasn't looking? Go. See, the horror is it's not a favorite. Like there will be some, I'm sure, like there are some that I will play. There are some that I definitely will not play. And there are some that I will look at and then determine whether or not I may enjoy it, or whether I'll hate it, or if I'll watch a video on YouTube and see like what is this actually about and how horrifying. One thing I would have liked to have played, is I have no idea if it's even playable now. Oh, Dries is evolving. I forget how quickly this evolves. One of the things that I wanted to play was Resident Evil Resistance, which is kind of like Dead by Daylight, but you don't have a creepy thing hunting you the whole time, which is why I'll never play Dead by Daylight, because the creepy thing is hunting you the whole time. Okay, so let's swap Hypno for Tinkating, but instead we'll put the Tinkating over here. And instead, let's get Blossom. Because Blossom has acrobatics, so first let's do acrobatics with a lot of damage. So yeah, Dead by Daylight, it's too terrifying for me. Like those kind of things, you know, oh, this thing's hunting this boss, sort of thing, is it? It's another player. I'm not a fan of PvP. I just don't like it. It makes me rage. Something shocking. Like, card games is okay because, like, you know, it's all about the cards. It's not about, you know, skill, your lag, or, you know, your lack of skill, or your lack of understanding. You're not being one shot because you don't know what you're doing. Or maybe with Yu-Gi-Oh! You'd rather in one shot because you don't know what you're doing. But with PvP games, if you don't know what you're doing, like you're just constantly losing and you're not learning anything. And it's infuriating. So like a lot of where it's all down to like skill, it's like no that. Oh, the default at 37. Yes, I was incorrect. Like, friendly PvP? I don't mind if it's friendly. You know, like just two people having fun together. You know, in like whatever it is that they have fun with. But sometimes even in friendly, it's just infuriating when you're constantly losing. Which is, you know, so things like fighting games in particular, so like, you know, your Soul Calibur, your Tekken, those kinds of things, it's like, it's infuriating when you lose, because, you know, you've never gone up against another person before, you have no idea how well you're doing. So you assume you will do okay if you can beat them, you know, the high level CPU. But no, not always the case, and then you end up raging, and then goodbye friendship. Might as well have been playing Mario Party. Which, again, Mario Party, I wouldn't mind playing it, but obviously, yeah, I don't have it. Like, there's so many multiplayer games that I'd love to do more. But all I have is the AI. And the AI cheat. Everybody knows this. Everyone knows that the Mario Party AI cheats. That's a bird. But yeah, so like all like the party games and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind playing them if I had at least one other person to talk to while I was doing it. But it's unlikely to happen. It's because of the whole technical side of things, but how my setup is, it's not good. Because there's a lot of audio delay between me actually talking and it coming through on the microphone. Which it can't be helped. It's too boring and technical for me to go into. And I don't know if there's a way to offset it in a way that the footage and the audio can line up by delaying the footage. I don't know if that's a thing. And if it is a thing, I wouldn't know how to do it. Oh, yeah, so that's another thing I was thinking about. You might be like, well, what about things like Call of Duty? I don't play Call of Duty. I'll never play Call of Duty. I'm not interested. Things I will play is Star Wars Battlefront. I love the original Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront series so much. To the point that I still play the original Star Wars Battlefront. Because I know how to mod the vanilla game, and it's hilarious what you can do. There was this one time, well, I say one time, it's multiple times. Multiple times I have changed it so that all the Ewoks are yelled up. And then I choose the Empire, and then my job is to just not get cut in half by, 100 years charging at me. And it is so chaotic, it's so funny. But yeah, I loved the original Battlefront 2. I really wanted to like, I wouldn't, how did you call it you don't really call it a remake, do you? It's a totally different game. But the DICE version of Battlefront 2, I wanted to like it, I really did, but I didn't. Especially Battlefront 1, oh, that was horrendous. Got it. Oh, there's only online modes. I'm like, what do you mean there's only online modes? The original Battlefront had an actual storyline and campaigns and whatnot. But no, we don't have that. Like, seriously? So I wasted my money for something that I didn't want, that I would never play. Oh my god, jeez. And then Battlefront 2, like, yes, they added a campaign, but it's totally different. Totally different campaign, totally different gameplay. I don't mind the mode that I play the most, because, well, I say the most, it's like the only mode I play, is the squad, 4 people versus unlimited AI. I loved that mode, because it was in one, it was interesting, 2, it was skillful. You had to be good. You had to know where you're going. You had to know where to push, which class to be, when to be here, when not to be here, all that kind of stuff. It was very, I enjoyed it because it was a challenge, and it was similar to a original Battlefront where you're taking control points or defending control points. So that was good. I liked that. The campaign was it was alright. It was okay. It wasn't anything special, but it was alright. Level 38 grammar evolved. Yeah, I really wanted to like Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 1, but I just didn't. Not to the extent that I enjoyed the originals. Especially Battlefront 1. The original Battlefront 1 was so good. Okay, so now you're level 50, so you go back. You swap with Lursa. And then you swap with Muck, and then you go in your slot. There we go. And then I guess I put away the held item and hope for the best. Let's see if this goes did not obey. Apart from one shot with acrobatic. It did not one shot with acrobatic. And the downside is Losa and Bologna will take damage from Double Edge. And worse still is Bologna has Intimidate. And I don't have an ability capsule or patch or whatever to change it. So it'll take even longer. Woohoo! Oh, damn, trading a cutscene. That wasn't bad damage. I mean, the fact that it's doing over half, I'm happy with that. But obviously that's because aerobatics is so strong when you're not holding an item. Where was I? Oh yeah, Battlefront. Yeah. I really wanted to like him, but I just didn't. I know I've seen like recent videos of how like the big the big battle on PC, whatever it is, the 40-man one is just full of like hackers and cheaters. It's disappointing that it actually is still happening. Like, it's still happening. Like, I'm all for, like, modding, like, online games that, if you're just doing it with friends versus AI. I do like that. It's it can be fun, make the game more professional, that kind of thing. But when you're just making it absolutely unplayable for everybody, no, what are you doing? Like, if you have the ability to do that, do something, put those skills to good use and actually do something and earn some money. Instead of making everyone miserable. I'd give it a scrap bend, but then, acrobatics would do less damage, ironically. There is liquidation, no. Encore, no. Like, so my experience with modding is things like use the original Battlefronts and Battlefront 2. I've also done some Xenoverse, which has been very interesting. Actually, when I get my new desktop going, I actually need to see one how Xenoverse runs on it, And two, if it crashes all the time with the huge amount of changes that I did. Also, actually changed the submission that I made. Like, what if I wanted to make a huge raid that encompasses all of Dragon Ball? Like the entire thing. And now obviously there's new characters and stuff like that. So I can add even more to it. But it crashed multiple times. It's so fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it and I enjoyed playing it. It's just so fun. Yeah, and that's the thing. They're still updating Xenoverse. Like they've recently added, Diamond Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like they're still updating Xenoverse too. And people are still paying money for it, myself included. I still pay for it. This is like, more characters, more skills, more transformations. Oh, that Ober's one shot. Just as a experiment, how much does flame charge? Very little. Okay, flame charge is very little, so acrobatics is the way to go. At least for now, until it gets more attack. Or if I had an infinite number of flying gems. Well, I don't know how that works. You use acrobatics, which consumes the flying gem. Does it then do the full power because you're not holding an item, or is it the half power because you were holding an item when you pressed the button? That's one thing I don't know. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh ruling, man. The rulings are so confusing. So yeah, I would like to do some Xenoverse stuff, because I did make a couple of videos with Xenoverse many years ago, when I was first learning how to actually record and actually edit. So one thing I'd love to do is to go through all of the Legend of Time Patrol as my character, and then do I say my character as Talon, and then do all of the Xenoverse 2 storyline as a different character and be like, Talon is my ear. But yeah, I don't know how that would even work. I could probably get it to work. I just don't know how it would work. Can you act about it? Oh, of course you use some. Which means I have to go back about it. And now I need a heal. Gotta get my power points back. Though maybe a chance he would spawn on the way of you. Oh well. Trash. Oh no, not this time. So there's so many things that I really want to do. So much content. And unfortunately I'm only one person. And that's what it will always come down to. I'm just one person. I don't have a team. I don't have a crew. I don't have a ship. The ship sank years ago. Probably. It's probably my fault too. Just having like a group do like content on one channel, and then you just, you share the work, and then just see how it goes. That's where real fun is. That's where the real fun is. Being able to do something you love with people who love doing it too. And then through all the ups and downs, you're still friends. Or more, if me and like married or... Wait a minute. I thought it was green for some reason. There's too much green around. I'm seeing green everywhere. That Dashodon didn't help. Man, the amount of things that I could do if I had a cloning machine. It's quite simple. You just get 7. You clone yourself 6 times. And then every day a different one of you goes to work. So that way the rest of you can work on other. That would be so good. You said one of you just goes off to work. It's like, alright, I'll be back later. Yep, see ya. So they get on how my husband. So man, it was awful. Thank God I didn't get to sleep in tonight. And then it's like, oh, by the way, you've got a lot of work to do at number 7. Like, what do you mean? What happened? That's so dumb, but it's so funny to think things like that. Toxic. Point charge good? In that range? Yeah. I was worried it would. Oh! Finally! The most powerful non-legendary. So tired. But can't stop. Too much to do. What else? What else can I talk about? Probably so many things that aren't coming to my brain at the moment. Yeah, it's the same. I thought it looked slightly different for some reason. That's the thing, not knowing what all these shinies look like. I have no idea if I've seen 16 different shinies here or not, because I don't know what they look like. I'm only looking for Chansey. So I'm ignoring everything that isn't a Chansey. Except the stuff I crash into, obviously. And, you may be thinking, well, why are you doing this if you're tired? This is just gonna make you more tired. It doesn't matter if I'm doing this at 3 AM, 4 AM, or 12 PM, or even 6 PM. I'd still be tired. I'm just always tired. I never sleep the right amount of time. I either sleep too much or not enough. Which is so, you sleep too much, you feel like trash. You don't sleep enough, you feel like trash. And then the 1% chance where you get the right amount of sleep, you feel so strange because you actually feel okay. That you think something's wrong with you and you start to stress out. And then the next day you don't sleep enough or you sleep too much. Thought it was a chance, but that's romantic or whatever it's called. I was yawning and my eyes closed. I didn't watch hard time. Which is why I don't drive. God knows what would happen if I got behind the wheel of a moving vehicle. There's one. Oh man. Now I have to use that Violet. That's probably not even gonna beat the yak now. It didn't. It didn't. Have to use it again. Okay, and this time I'll beat it. This thing's leveling up. This thing evolves. That's what I was meant to say. This thing's evolved, not level up. It already had leveled up and then it was evolved. Body slam there. Okay, so then swap that guy with this girl. Quality cow, but anyways. Yay! Oh, evolution. What am I at now? 297 out of 309 discovered. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Especially since I got Canada level 50 as well. But I am genuinely really tired to the point that I'm losing consciousness. That's kind of telling me that I need to stop. So, what was it for today? Thanks for watching. I don't actually know how I'm gonna edit this. Maybe I'll just have like footage go by quickly while I'm speaking. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But as always, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.